Hello, Serge here for the Backyard Driving Range. Alright, we have a question that came in today from Dave Morgan. And Dave says, he starts off by saying, a couple of questions, okay. Number one, do you advocate using the Tour Striker training club? No, 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 no. Tour Striker is designed for a tremendous forward shaft lean coming into the ball. That means that Tour Striker into striking on a severe downward angle, and as you know in the peak performance golf swing, we talk about swinging up on the ball so we can nip the ball off the ground, clip it off the ground, tear the grass out of the ground, or as the immortal Mo Norman said, take bacon strips, not pork chops. And we don't want a forward shaft lean, because a forward shaft lean implies that you're holding onto the club, and holding onto the club, you're technically, as I believe, pushing the shot through there, the club through the ball. Because they're all talking very rotational swing with that. The huge turn flat, you snap your hips as you're coming through. Many times you see that they'll have a cup wrist at the top. They have a cup wrist coming through, and they're holding on going through. And so we want to, and that means if you're holding on, you're not releasing the club at impact. And releasing the club at impact, as you can see, I'm a little problem because holding on, it's just tightened up my rib cage over here, some muscles in my rib cage, and I'm trying to loosen them up. But if you're holding on, your arms are not straight at impact. They're coming through. They're cupped. Cup position. Dr. Armstrong told me a cup wrist is a very, very weak position. Flat is the best. If you're going to backhand something, you're going to do it with a flat wrist. You're not going to flip it to a cup wrist, and you're not going to keep it arched. All right. So they're coming through with an arch wrist, and they're holding on to there. We release to here, and by the time they get there, we're going toe up in the catcher's mitt where they're still like that. So if you stand here and you swing a club just smooth, I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm hearing a swoosh down there because I'm letting my arms release, which is they're releasing to square at impact and through, which is guaranteed by our arms being connected to the ball and socket joint. But if I'm doing this, there's no release. I can't even hear the club moving back here. All right, I can't even hear it swishing. Okay. And I think you can, well, I don't have one of those sticks, but if you get one of those really skinny sticks that people use for alignment, I'll bet you take that stick and you swish, you can swish here all day. But if you hold on to it, you're not going to hear a swoosh. And if you hear one, it's going to be really way, way less than what the sound and the speed that you're going to hear when you release the square. So Tour Striker, peak performance golf do not come together. I mean, I don't think the Tour Striker is even a good training aid, even if you want to do those other swings, because who wants to do those? Okay? We want peak performance golf swinging away according to the rules of physics and your physiology, the way God created golf to be played. So let's go to number two. I have a high-speed camera. When I look at the straight-on view, I notice that my feet are basically flat-footed when I return the club to impact. It looks like my weight distribution is more or less 50-50. I believe this is causing my left arm to chicken wing after impact and into the follow-through. My own analysis says I'm not performing the bump properly, thereby shifting my weight onto the front foot. Your thoughts on this would be very helpful. Again, I think you're somewhat correct. You're very likely not bumping, because if you're flat-footed, that means you're caught in the middle, and the lower body has not started the downswing. As we know, when we go up to the top of the position I call ringing the bell. As I come up here, I ring the bell, and I start to bump, and that's where the lower left, the left knee and the left hip starts with a little shift, just like as if you're skipping a rock on a lake. So the lower body starts it, and now my arms are still going up for a second or two, or on a camera would be a click or two. If you're slow motioning it, a click or two, and then finally it gets to the point where all of these muscles, the bump stretches everything from the ankle all the way up the outside of your body, all the way up to your neck and shoulders, and then it hits the arms and clubs, the arms and hands, and then the club, and now so this is going this way, the arms and hands and club, we're still going that way. There's got to be a winner. The winner's going to be, we want this to go in the direction the body's going, so now you get that free fall, and wham, then you just accelerate it up to the finish. All right, so, but the point is, if you're caught in the middle, there's not a weight transfer. So so you're correct, you're not bumping. But the question becomes, why? All right, and the number one cause of people not being able to bump is, in many cases, alignment. Because if you're aimed to the right, the camera's my target, and I'm out here, I have to come back over the top to get the club coming back down the line to swing down the line. And so if you bumped and you were aimed right, you're going to hit the ball even a mile farther to the right. Okay, so you have to come over the top, and that's what's spinning you. Coming over the top is actually causing a slight reverse weight shift and getting you back into the middle. Now, some people could reverse weight shift enough if they had to pull enough where they had to come all the way back. But I've seen people, I've had golfers, I've seen them do this. They come back here, they hit here, and then they come all up and they do that, and they say, oh man, I just got to a pure finish. Yeah, 2 days late and $2 short. Okay, but because it wasn't all in one smooth swing motion, like as if you were skipping a rock. Okay. So I think the key is that I think you'd have to look at alignment. If your alignment is correct, when you check, you got to keep checking it, because since you're always target oriented, we're always trying to swing to the target. You get over to the right. If you're a right-hander, aim to the right. You have to get that club back to the aiming line to go to the target, and that's going to push you back into your reverse weight shift all the time. The only other thing that I could possibly see that is if you don't have enough flare in your feet, and your feet are too straight, and you were possibly lined up pretty good to really good, and you need more flare in your feet. Without enough flare, your ankle and your knee can't rotate enough and allow your foot to rotate over. And if that happens, that could get you stuck in the middle here too. All right. So. There could be a whole host of other issues, but I don't think if you feel it's a bump, and it's a good possibility, I think you're right. And like I've said this many times, you can't bump if you aim the way to the right. Okay? And so check your alignment and check your body positions. Another good one would be, oh, it just dawned on me, jumped right at me. Ball too far back in your stance. So you couldn't even, and again, if you had good alignment and you bumped with the ball too far back, you'd be hitting them a mile to the right. So you have to stay put a little bit longer, which can start to cause a semi-reverse weight shift. So it means that at impact, you could still be flat-footed when you hit it, and then get off the ball. I overdid it that time, and then you get up late. So ball position back could cause that too. All right, so you got a good couple sources here of things to look at to check out why you're getting trapped in the middle. And I think you find out which one it is, but alignment, a ball position. Remember, ball back is effectively aimed right. I think you'll find that probably is your two causes right there. And get that cured, and you should be able to start making a bump and making better swings and hitting better shots. That's it for the search for today, and I'll be speaking with you all again soon.